Well, today's the big day of the sleep out. Tonight I go to Burton Albion and I'm going to be sleeping basically outside in a sleeping bag, a coat, a jumper and what I'm wearing. I feel like I've forgotten something. I feel like I'm not prepared. Look how my car's so icy and cold and steaming up. And I mean, I don't normally, because I can have the heating on in the car, I don't obviously normally dress warm in the car. So I'm sat here in a t-shirt and I am bloody cold. And I'm thinking to myself, it's going to drop tonight. It's going to be raining tonight, and I'm going to be sleeping in it tonight. And I'm quite fearful now. It's getting a little bit stressful. I think I've packed everything, but I feel like I've forgotten something. I've basically got a coat, a pillow, a jumper. I'm wearing thermal socks. I'm wearing a vest under my t-shirt. I've got deodorant. I bought one tiny little snack thing. I think I'll get some more later. And then I've just got loads of phone chargers so that I don't run out of battery at all costs. I think I'll be all right. I mean, people who sleep rough don't have anything except maybe a sleeping bag. So I'm sure I'll survive. I've even packed one tablet in case we're a bit delayed. I don't want to feel ill tomorrow morning, so I can take my normal morning tablet. But I'm racking my brain. I feel like I've forgotten something. Next time you see me, I'll probably be on my way or there already. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you could, in the comments below, click the link and donate some money towards this cause. That'd be really, really great of you. I'd be really thankful. We're trying to raise as much money as we can for the homeless. Every bit helps, of course. There's more of an explanation on there. And yeah, I'd just be really, really grateful if you could help me raise some money.
In the middle of the fence, you can see with us if you come in about a 3 mile distance. So,
oh, yeah, that's right.
I haven't done night driving in the lane,
I think I've survived the most harrowing bit of this journey already. The drive down here has been all country roads and weird twists and turns, and my one of my directors, one of my bosses at work, drives like a maniac basically. I've been cramped in the back of this minibus. My left shin bone feels like it's about to snap in half. I'm actually ready for this sleep now. I think it's going to be completely survivable because I've survived this. We're actually going to sit down and have a quick meal now and hopefully a pint of beer, and then we're going to get to the stadium and do our sleep out. Our view for the night. I set up my home for the night and I feel like I've done a really, really, really bad job. I've still got to unroll my sleeping bag, but I got a bottle of water. I've got my bubble wrap that I give you on the way in, inexplicably. I got my box. It's a big box, look how long it is. I'm going to move away from my neighbours later on, but my plan is I'm going to stick my head in there and I'm going to have my feet out the end. I figure that way, if I sleep with my head in there, I can talk away at the camera all night about how rubbish it is without actually making a fool of myself or feeling stupid. But it actually doesn't seem too bad. I feel a little bit guilty that people sleep out in much worse than this. We have got a roof, I have got biscuits, I have got water. I don't have to worry about actually anything happening. But obviously in the morning I get to go home as well. But I don't know, this is a very bizarre experience. I'm glad I'm doing it because it's completely out of my comfort zone. I really don't know what to think, and it's all a bit mad. I feel like I've ruined the promo bits and pieces a little bit because I'm obviously walking around in just a normal t-shirt, short sleeves at the moment, but don't let that fool you. It is really, 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 really cold. My plan is, and I don't know if this is genius or whether this is absolutely foolish, but my plan is to basically go as far as I can in just a t-shirt, wait until the very last minute when I just can't handle it anymore at all, and then stick a jumper on and feel the benefit of it until the point where I'm too cold wearing a jumper. Sorry, that light is doing my head in. That'll be off later. And then once the jumper's far too cold and not doing its job and not helping me at all, then I'll slip the old coat on. And then when that's really, really, really breaking me, I'll start building in other plans and whatever. Hoping it won't get that bad, but live with me kind of wanted to. I want to see how hard it can get, but I mean, it's starting to help my arms a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But I'm not trying to be macho or anything like that. I'm just thinking, play along, feel the benefit of everything. There's lots of people who are wrapped up in literally everything they've got, and I'm thinking they're going to let all their warmth out. They're going to be cold in about 3 hours, whereas I'm hoping in an hour and a half I'll be putting my jumper on, and then in like 3-4 hours I'll be putting my coat on, and then by the morning I'll be like, that's really simple. Bloody lights. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's starting to rain quite heavily though. This is a pretty cool feature that I'm enjoying about tonight. I'm basically standing in a football stadium. Like, as far as I can see, yes, there's people in the tunnels and all around the outside, but I'm literally the only person in here on the pitch. There's no stewards, not on the pitch. For all legal purposes, I'm not on the pitch. I'm next to the pitch. Sorry, for all legal purposes, yeah, I'm not doing anything wrong. But genuinely, I'm like standing next to the manager's dugout in a football stadium. I don't know what league Burton are in. I should probably have checked. But I'm standing next to the Don Amott stand. He's the king of caravans, apparently. Someone's whistling across. I don't know if they're whistling at me to say get off. There's people waving. I'm going to wave back. I don't know what they're shouting, who are you, at me. I'm quite impressed. I used to come to these on Best Thing From back in the day, and Kev and I would stand in the dugout and lean and look longingly into the distance and take a picture every time. But I've never been in a stadium at night when it's all shut down. Behind me are their, I can't remember what they're called. They're like sun lamps, are they? Cooking the grass, I don't know, giving it UV. Is it UV? Something like that. But no, it's really interesting. I wonder if that moves on its own. I'm going to be fascinated by that throughout the night to see if that starts moving across the pitch, just giving sunlight to different parts of the grass. Then I'll have learned something valuable. I don't know why it's valuable, but it feels it. I'm rambling a bit now because I'm starting to get really cold. But no, this is really cool. This is a cool experience on its own. I'm glad that I'm getting to just wander around a stadium and no one's stopping me because I'm here for charity. So it feels like they're just giving us a free ride. But this is cool. A tactic of wearing one layer and wearing it until I can't wear it anymore is starting to wear thin. I'm starting to get very cold. I've just been interviewed on a podcast of all things. I can't remember what they're called now. I'm going to share it on my Twitter at some point. They told me when they release, they'll let me know. But I really know. I was talking to them about how I had this system in play, and then started to feel really, really cold, and thought, okay, that's new. Rambled a bit. They said it was fine. I feel like I rambled a bit, but I'm looking forward to hearing it back. I'm excited that, you know, I'm just meeting cool people now, and that's really awesome. So I'll share that when it comes out. But at the moment, I'm queuing for a cup of tea. We've got our 10 PM cup of tea, and then that's it. We're left to it for the night. You know, once the wolves start coming in and stuff, that we're fending for ourselves. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping the cup of tea will see me through the coldness of the t-shirt. Give me another half an hour or so, and then I'll start putting the jumper on and wearing the coat and so on and so forth, and then I'm going to go to bed. I just want to sleep now. I'm looking forward to an uninterrupted night's sleep. It won't happen. We're just settling down for the night now. It's nearly midnight. I've got my hat and my jumper on. I'm not feeling too bad. I've made a curtain out of my coat that protects me from the elements. They're going to turn off the lights after midnight, apparently, like in the area we're in, which should be irritating because obviously we're trying to start going to sleep and winding down, and they're quite bright. This box is quite spacious, actually. I feel like I've got loads of room back there. Got my bag and my carrier bag with my hobnobs in case I get hungry in the night. Got my pillow in the box. It's very, very weird sleeping in a box. I'm starting to realise I'm going to lay down slowly while I talk. Oh, I've not my light. There's not much room for manoeuvre. I'm starting to realise that the problem isn't necessarily the temperature or the I don't know, the hard floor. It's the noise. There's like 100 million cars going up and down the street to the left of me, which is very, very noisy. There's other people, which obviously granted right now everyone's a bit more active and talky and having fun or whatever, but essentially if I was sleeping out on the street, you'd have drunks going by, you know, walking into you, kicking your phone and stuff at you, being knobs. You know, my colleague Erin's bad enough, but I just think about how many people might be wandering through if we were, you know, on a busy road. It'd be a nightmare. Just thinking about all the other things that kind of kick in, like through the night I'm going to get chill in my back or whatever, and I'm thinking actually the just general coldness is quite easy to beat. You know, I can wrap up, you can give someone socks, you can give someone a jumper or whatever, but it's mentally draining when you're just kind of irritated by everything around you. I'm still all right at the moment. I'm not saying I'm like that, but I'm starting to look at the situation and think, do you know what?
the cold is the first thing. That's like a long list of things that are going to be irritating for these people who have to live like this all the time. I can definitely see, I'm starting to see more and more how it can sort of dehumanise them, make them feel like they're not normal, they're not right. It must be very hard to adjust. We all went into a place and started having a chat and a joke and a laugh and getting a free drink, but I sort of thought to myself, if I was doing that as a homeless person, I'd probably be told to get out, probably be chased down the road, they'd probably call the police. Being arrested would probably be a blessing because you'd be homeless and you'd sleep in a cell overnight. So I don't know, it's starting to set in a bit that the coldness was the thing. Everyone here, all of us have been like, oh, it's going to be cold, but actually that's just step one. I think everything else is what's hard about it, everything else is what's horrible about it, and that's the stuff that people need help with, and why we need to get people out of the situation they're in and help them get off the floor and on their feet and out and into sort of a societal place. So I'm going to stop there for now. I'll catch up where I am later on. I'm hoping that I'll get some sleep. In an ideal world, I'll cut to me waking up in 7 hours time and going, yeah, it wasn't the most comfortable night's sleep, but it was all right. But I don't think it's going to be like that, because all I can hear are cars at the moment and people kicking their boxes and generally chatting. So yeah, see you in a bit. I've turned the lights out a little while ago and I thought, great, time to sleep, this would be awesome. But it's absolutely pouring down with rain and it's coming through the little gap. There's like a gap next to where I'm sleeping and just feel it, little bits of water, and I'm like, ugh, it's not great. The noise is awful. I mean, I've slept through babies crying. I've slept through 3 children crying all night. I mean, Claire would get up and change them and that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even hear them, sorry. But sleeping here, it's like I can hear people having a conversation down the way. I can hear cars, lorries, whatever. They all sound like they're doing 1,000,000 mile an hour past us. Why is it so busy this late at night? What are these people doing? Like, I mean, what? I didn't realise this many people drive. Is Burton just like the M25 or something? I don't know. It's all very weird. I feel like I'm physically comfortable on like my head, on my pillow, but I'm just irritated. I'm just like, come on. I need tiredness to just kick in. I'm regretting having a bite to eat and something to drink, like however long ago it was. I kind of lost track. I didn't check the time before I started recording, but at least it's dark now, and I don't know. This isn't fun. I kind of feel like I should be out there finding somebody who's doing this day in, day out, and just saying to them, like, here's some earplugs for one thing. Here's something to cover your ears so you don't have to put up with all the noise. But then I'd worry. I think that people would come and nick my stuff in the night or whatever. Like, obviously, the big thing would say would be like, here's a house, here's some income, here's a job, here's like the mental health support you need, here's a doctor to sort you out, here's a, I don't know, whatever, that's tailor for a suit. But short term, it's like, here's some bloody earplugs so you can get a decent night's sleep, here's a proper pillow, here's some back support. I mean, there's so many things that we just don't think about. We all focus on the heat part of it. I mean, we've all been joking on and off. I can hear people saying, oh, they're starting to get hot because they've overdone it, they've overcooked it. And I feel like I probably would be. If I put my coat on and put my gloves on, I'd probably be quite hot. It's not about heat. It's the grind of it all just being rubbish. It's obviously not ideal. It's not supposed to be ideal, and I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong, I expected it to be difficult in different ways, but I focused heavily on the heat aspect of it, and it's not. I mean, other people would find it cold. I'm just a fat bloke, so I'm lucky. I've got Eskimo skin or something, I don't know, but I just don't see how anyone can cope with this. It's not like there's quiet parts of town. I suppose you just find a quiet alley or whatever, but it's not right. People shouldn't have to live like this. That's why they need help. So, if you haven't already been compelled to click the link and go and donate some money, now please do. It'd be really, I'd be grateful. I passionately want this to do far and go well and, earn lots of money for the charity. But, equally, I just want to help people. I want to know that people are going to get the funds they need to get them out of this situation day in, day out. So yeah, if you can help, please do. feel like I want to shout at these goddamn cars driving up and down at 1 billion miles an hour constantly. It's so late at night and they won't stop driving by. What are these people doing out this late? It's ridiculous. I just sort of lay there thinking, I'm sick of this. It's so noisy. People started singing randomly and I was like, what is going on? Why are you singing, you maniacs? I just don't get it. But the cars are the real, they're non-stop, they're relentless. It'll get quiet for a minute and then suddenly 20 will go by and there's this massive roar. Hear this roar. And you're like, how can anyone live next to that? It's just ridiculous. Oh, obviously I'm not wearing my glasses now, so I feel a bit more mental, but I'm just frustrated. It's not actually that, you know, the cold is not a problem. My back feels a bit funny. I kind of wish I had something to support underneath my back. My back's not completely flat, but no, the noise is doing my head in. The worst thing about this has been getting up at 5 AM. I survived the night. I managed to get some sleep in the end, probably about 4 hours in total. I think once we'd all kind of really bedded down and everyone started to fall asleep around us, it started to become easier. You didn't have people randomly laughing and shouting and being weird or whatever. The cars have just been non-stop. There has not been a moment where the cars have slowed down. I thought I was getting used to it and I wasn't being so affected by it. When suddenly sirens started, there was an ambulance went by, I think, a couple of police cars in the night. That wasn't fun because you just sort of really relaxed at one point. I think everything had just given up. I just thought, you know what, the noise isn't bothering me, the cold isn't bothering me, the hard floor isn't bothering me right this second. I've accepted it. And then suddenly the old sirens and I was just like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, I didn't even think about sirens. That's just taking a mickey now. It's obviously not a nice thing. It's overall, my back's not hurting as much as I expected it to. It was hurting in the night. I thought, oh my God, this is gonna get to the point where it's lasting damage. I think if I did that every day, if that was me now for the next 6 months or longer, I think my back would be wrecked. I think that would be like irreparable kind of damage. People who do it they're very strong, very strong, and I guess that's part of it, isn't it? Not everyone is, and that's why it affects people. I could definitely see how people can lose themselves. I mentioned that last night, how you can lose like your mental health, how you can lose your physical health, how you can end up in a really, really bad way. You know, I could definitely see how you could end up becoming really twisted and bitter about things or fighting people because you're just fed up. You know, I feel like we're very, very pampered and very lucky. I texted Claire last night. She said, I hope you're all right. I hope you're not feeling too bad. I said, I'm feeling lucky at the moment that I get to go home in the morning and don't have to do this every day. I feel like it's been quite a nice lesson in that regard, because I feel like, okay, when I go home and I'm like, oh, this isn't right, or my tea doesn't taste right, or I don't know, whatever's not right, at least it's not this. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up because apparently we're gonna go have some breakfast, and I didn't have a drink in the night, so I'm gasping at the moment, which again is another thing that if I was homeless I wouldn't be able to fix. I'd have to go and find some way to acquire a drink. At least I can control it at the moment myself. But obviously, you know, there's a main reason I'm doing this video. Well, there's 3 reasons I'm doing this video, I guess. Awareness, you know, I want to just make people aware about how difficult it is for homeless people. I want to raise money for them, so if you can donate and would like to donate, please do on the link below. And obviously I thought it'd be a cool video to do while I'm doing this to raise money for charity. So I hope you've enjoyed it. So if you have, obviously subscribe, like, comment. I'll probably do a wrap-up video when I get in, if I can, or otherwise I'll just put this together and stick it out. But yeah, I hope this has been a good video. If you want me to do more videos like this, I'll try and rope people into doing some sort of fundraisery thing, or just more challenges or whatever. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it, but I was thinking, at one point I was thinking I might try and rope Kev into doing some things, not necessarily sleeping out rough, but just videos where we do random challenges or whatever. I thought it might be fun. He probably won't want to do it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and I'll see you soon.